Alberta just made a referendum on separation realistic, and they did it the day after Mark Carney became prime minister. Okay, so Mark Carney was elected as prime minister on Monday, and what that means for everyday Albertans is more taxes, more equalization payments, probably higher carbon taxes, all the things that we hate. So the day after, just yesterday, on Tuesday, Danielle Smith introduced a little piece of legislation called the Election Statutes Amendment Act. And this is a change to an act already on the book called the Citizen Initiative Act, a law that allows regular people to propose referendums, even on constitutional issues like separation. So until now, it was a very high bar to meet. Under old rules, the rule required 20% of all eligible voters just 90 days to collect the names. 20% of all eligible voters had to sign a petition to get a referendum on the books. Okay, so that's can be pretty steep. So well over 600,000 or 700,000 names typically. Okay, and pretty much impossible to meet unless it's like an 80-20 issue and there's so many people, like say equalization payments. Most of Albertans despise the equalization payments because it's the equalization payments, $20 billion a year that goes out of our coffers into somebody else's. So Danielle Smith just changed that from 20% of all eligible voters to 10% of all voters who voted in the last election. That's a lot different story. So you have 15, we'll just say 10 million eligible voters, and you only had 2 million of them actually vote. That's a big difference. Okay. Not that there's 10 million in all of Alberta, but you get what I'm saying. So 10% of people who voted in the last election is, I don't know, roughly around 200,000 or less votes. Okay. And that is so much more doable. Even within 90 days, that's more doable. But we don't have 90 days anymore. We have 120, 4 months. That is so doable. This isn't saying that separation is a foregone conclusion. But what it is saying is like, this is Danielle Smith saying, I hear you. I understand your frustration. I share your frustration. Let's make it easier for you to voice your opinion. That's what this really means. Now, there's more to this bill than just the lowering of the bar on the Citizens Initiative Act. Okay. This also bans vote tabulators, tightens identification rules, allows special ballots for anyone. Now, there's strict rules around that, but allows special ballots for certain people. Okay, so like say you're serving overseas and you want to vote. So, and it also brings back corporate and union donations to campaigns with full disclosure. Okay, I'm fine with campaign donations, but I want to know who's donating to what. So if you're Amazon, you're donating $1 billion to some NDP, whatever, I want to know about it. Yes, but the real meat and potatoes of this is the referendum clause. So, yeah, this really opens up the door to allow us as Albertans to tell the government what we really want. Okay, we don't want to pay equalization payments. We don't want higher taxes. We want lower energy costs, and all those things is what we want. Okay, so now is the time. There's a timetable for us to spread the word, to get the message out. Hey, do you really want to be under communist China rule? Okay, because that's where we're going. Okay, Mark Carney in his victory speech is like the they're not going to work with the US. Okay. The relationship that we've enjoyed between the US and Canada is fundamentally over. And Mark Carney's the one that said this, not me. Okay. So the hostility between the US and Canada will only grow and will be further drive down the economy. And most of our oil and gas and all of our exports are going to be going to China. And so, yeah, so it's bad. So this is our opportunity to put something on the books and really make a change. Okay. So now if you're in Alberta and you want this to happen, start talking to people, start spreading the word politely. Don't get aggressive or whatever. And if you're on the opposite side of the fence, be open-minded, right? Look at this objectively. If Alberta stays in the Federation, gas prices will go up. That's going to happen within the next month or two or less. Taxes will increase. All the regulations and overreach by the federal government will only increase, like shutting down coal plants, gas plants, anything to do with keeping our energy grid up and running will redouble under Carney. He hates Alberta just as much as Trudeau did. So if you think it's going to be better under the Liberals, you got another thing coming. So spread the word, get the message out, and hope for the best. So until then, that's it. That's all. There is no more. You have a good day. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll talk to you later.